Peace and love, peace and love. So I wanted to create this video. I don't know if this is going to be an ongoing thing or a series or whatever. I'm just kind of moved through this moment to kind of do this right now. So as you guys may know, if you don't know, you're about to find out right now. I love journaling. That is my thing. I've been doing it since I was younger, whether it's to write down ideas. I got this new creative business idea, or I need to release and work on myself. Journaling has always been my go-to. So over the course of my life, I always keep all my journals, and I like to spend time going back through them to reread things that I've written down. So I'm talking about journal after journal after journal after journal and more journals. So I want to share this excerpt from this journal and kind of just read to you guys some things that I've written down. Now, the front of this says, just keep writing. If you ever don't know what to get me, give me a journal or a really good pen or a plant, okay? Side note, my birthday's May 31st. So at the beginning of this journal, I wrote, when the spirit presses play, reflections at the root. And a lot of times I'm meditating and I'm reflecting, I'm in deep thought, and I'm shown things through different visions and reflections going back in childhood, and then I stop and I need to write some things out. So I'm like almost scribing the message that's meant for me, as it's whether pertaining to my growth or anything. You know, this is what I usually do, spend time reflecting, meditating, and then also journaling. So I have this entry here that is from February 19th, 2017. If you can see that, so you know I'm not lying. So this is something from 2017. I said, another day, another war in the mind, waking up in deep thought and spending the day looking for an escape and a release. As I lay still on my back, I let the vibrations of praise play through my speaker on my phone. The first set of toxins is released through tears. And now I'm meeting myself on this journey with myself, once again reflecting. So I asked myself, what is it that I'm afraid of? What am I running from once again? Am I even running? As I dagger myself with questions and falling short on a response, I find myself in my childhood state, locking in on an attribute of myself that is present now and even so back then, the observer. It's all familiar, and the thought starts with relief, sweet to taste, acknowledging that part of myself I hold proudly, the observer. But the minute it started to sink in blissfully, it slowly begins to become sour. Digging further into the observer trait, I'm forced to recognize in the way I can observe, watching, analyzing, judging, and resting heavy opinions on all that passes by. That's when I realized part of my suffering. The sting to the observation of myself. I blinded myself, projecting people's thoughts of me to be the thoughts I truly had of myself. I then found myself risen from my parallel lay, now sitting upright asking myself, what do I truly think of myself? And here is why I started to write all these words. Reflection of root reflections, the root. Another day, another war in the mind, slowly conquering and mastering self. So that's something that I wrote, like I said, on February 1917, and I'm still going through the self-love, self-care, you know, working on recognizing things within myself as I continue to grow and evolve. And I know that it's an ongoing, forever evolving process, but you know, I'm dedicated to it. It's worth it. And sometimes it's really hard. So when you're trying to find things that help with your healing or help with your growth, you know, stick with that. Writing is something that really helps me, and I'm an advocate for that. And I want to use this technique and different things that I do to share with you guys to know that this can also be a great tool for you. So I may do another one of these videos and share some more from my different journals, just kind of picking random ones, but we don't know. Stay tuned. Peace and love.